Yo, what is going on, you grouchy Gengars? Today we're taking a look at the Europeans Jirachi, Zapdos, and Friends deck, most notably played by Bert Walters to a top 8 finish and Robin Schultz to a top 16 finish. Pretty interesting deck. It is a little bit less consistent than the championship or than the winning Zapdos Jirachi deck that we saw piloted by Isaiah Williams. But it has a little bit better matchup against Zoroark, and Muck in general has some outs to that pesky Muck. Most notably, the Zebstrika line, still allowing to have some draw power through the sprint, and although they will try and focus and knock out your Zebstrika, that means they're not knocking out your attackers, which means you can maybe get a couple extra attacks off through those without them, without having to look to set up other attackers. And there's also besides that, there's also the Buzzwole and the Nihilego as attackers as well, which are great against Zoroark. So yeah, this is the list that they ran. Like I said, to pretty reasonable success. A little bit better options against the Zoroark deck, but a little bit more inconsistent of a deck overall. Not quite as fast and aggressive as the winning Zapdos Jirachi list, but it does have its own perks. Like I said, so let's go ahead and get into some games and see how it compares. First in this first game here, let's see. We do kind of want to get into a Jirachi anyways, but don't always want Absol in play. So I think we open the Buzzwole. We pretty much always want Buzzwole, the option of Buzzwole as an attacker. So I think we do open the Buzzwole here. See what our opponent's playing, and then kind of decide how we're going to play out the rest of our hand from there. It does look like it's going to be Ultra Ball and then Escape Rope into a Jirachi. Alright, so we have no idea what's going on. They have a Jirachi at the very least. Probably means Shrine isn't the most valuable card for us to keep. Man, I'm not sure about this one. Could Ultra Ball away Coco and Absol. They have Jirachi. We kind of want to bench the Absol, so we could Ultra Ball away Coco and Shrine. That's fine with me, I think. There is quite a bit. There's 2 Stretcher in the deck, so we'll be able to get the Coco back. Go ahead and gonna go ahead and grab a Jirachi here. Escape Rope into it because we want to see some other cards. Potentially retreat it back to the Buzzwole, kind of depending on what we find here. There's the Lily. That's what we want. Yeah, might retreat it back to the Buzzwole. Just going to have to wait and see. Absol comes down. Escape Board active. I'm going to attach to the Absol. And then Lily for 8. Great draw. So we got the switch. I'm going to retreat to the Buzzwole. Kind of protect it. Protect us. If it is a Jirachi, a Zapdos deck we're playing against, we don't want them to take the first prize. Or we want to make it as hard as possible for them to take the first prize. So we're going to go ahead and retreat to the Buzzwole. I would rather lose the Buzzwole than the Coco Prism. So if they want to waste, not waste. If they want to use 2 E-Power to knock out our Buzzwole, that is fine with me. If they have the Escape Rope, then we have the Coco we can send up. And then once again, they still need 2 E-Power. And in the Zapdos Mirror matches, them using 2 E-Power to take a knockout is always fine. Usually when our opponent starts Jirachi, it's probably gonna be a Zapdos deck. It looks like that is what we're playing against here. As we see 2 Shrines leave the hand here. So I'm assuming we're playing against the Zapdos. That's fine with me. Like I said, it's okay if they get the first prize. The first prize is a big deal in this matchup, but if they have to use 2 E-Powers to get it, I think we're going to be in a fine spot for sure. And yeah, even if they have the Escape Rope, we get to send up the Coco Prism that also still has 130 HP. And once again, they're going to need 2 E-Powers. So yeah, I think we're going to be in a fine spot no matter what here. There we go, a Lily of their own. Draw 6 themselves. Interesting that they put the Escape Board on the bench. This makes me think they do have a Switch card in their hand, but then I don't know why they want to have Stellar Wished first and then switched and then played the Lily. There's their Nest Ball, so we should be seeing a Zapdos come out here any second. So they can't Guzma because they played the Lily, so they are forced, if they want to take a knockout on the first turn, like you do in this matchup, they are going to need quite a bit. I think we're pretty much safe here. I don't think they're going to be able to take the first knockout, which means we're going to be able to take the first knockout and get things rolling on our end to start snowballing our lead. There's an Absol, so we're gonna have to deal with that. Maybe I should have put the lightning energy on the Jirachi, actually. But yeah, we're looking at Ultra Ball 4. Okay, not a great start at all from our opponent here. There's the Rainbow Energy. So I think it's Ultra Ball away, Nihilego, and the Choice Band. Grab a Zapdos. Yeah, if I had a Guzma here, I would definitely go Guzma, knockout Absol to give ourselves back that free retreat, but not today. And it's going to be switched to Zapdos. And then Cynthia, draw some more cards. Let's see, another switch for next turn, very nice. The rest of the hand, not so good though. Blitzel probably should come down here. This is going to clog up our bench. I'm going to go and play a Nest Ball, just see what's up in the deck. There's a Zapdos. I think we might just want to go ahead and grab a Zapdos here. We could grab nothing, so we could potentially set up the Zebstrika. I guess that's better. Let me take a look at the rest of the deck. Priced quite a few energy, so there's a good chance we actually draw an energy here off of our prize card. Yeah, there's a very good chance we draw an energy off a prize card here, so that's actually pretty good for us. We also prize an Ultra Ball, I believe. Nope, there's 2 down there. Yeah, I just want to take a look here. Okay, I think I'm just going to bench the Blitzel here. Potential to top deck Ultra Ball or Zebstrika. And then we're going to take this knockout here. Thunderous Assault. Yeah, and our bench, a little awkward looking, but it should be completely fine. And there's a Lightning Energy. That's actually a huge draw for us. This means we can pull off the Guzma knockout Absol on our next turn. Send up the Jirachi. Nest Ball for a Zapdos. Attach E-Power Guzma knockout. There's the first Zapdos finally. I expected them to go Guzma knockout Blitzel here. Yeah, I don't really see a better play at all. Yeah, I expect the Guzma knockout Blitzel here. We're going to take care of this Absol to give ourselves a better chance of, you know, drawing cards, being able to consistently draw cards with the Jirachi. They can get it back through Stretcher. Maybe there is a better play. Maybe we should just knock out their Zapdos. I mean, we'll see how their turn plays out. Now I'm kind of rethinking it, thinking maybe just the knockout on the Absol is the better way to go. Because they're on the heavy Shrine build. Oh, looks like we might have a mirror match here. Now I kind of want to knock out the Blitzel. Man, all right, well, we'll set up the Jirachi and see what it gives us. Yeah, this is now a interesting scenario. They don't actually knock us out for sure, even right here. So they actually might be stuck for a turn, which would be great for us. And then we kind of have a choice of what we want to go after. There is a Stretcher for a Jirachi, so now I definitely think I want to go KO the Absol. Because it means they're not going to have... They're most likely not going to have their second Stretcher to bring it back. Could also take out the Blitzel. Man, but getting rid of that Absol is so good. Alright, we're going to set up the Jirachi first, just see what we get off the Jirachi before we decide. Another Nest Ball. I guess we could thin out a Zapdos first. There we go. And then Stellar Wish. I think we want the potential to draw cards. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yeah, I think it is going to be Guzma knockout Absol. We do have the switch knockout this with E-Power, so we could save the E-Power to take a knockout here for sure. And we could just go Guzma knockout the Blitzel. Yeah, I kind of rethinking it now. Well, we have to attach. And then Guzma knockout Blitzel. Then we have the switch plus E-Power for a Zapdos on the next turn. Or ideally, we want to use Buzzwole, actually. So we'll see if we draw that Rainbow. Oh, then we don't want to use the E-Power, actually. That's right. They're going to go down to 4 prizes, which means we want to take advantage of the Sledgehammer. I mean, they might not go down to 4 prizes. So we could still go... Well, we probably want to save the switch then. So we could go Nest Ball for a Zapdos, send up the Buzzwole, play the Cynthia. Yeah, I like the idea of getting rid of the Blitzel there, I think. Oh, man, we could have got rid of the Absol, which gives us back our retreat. We'll see how this one ends up playing out. Yeah. Oh, wait, the Buzzwole doesn't knock it out, though, because of the resistance. Oh, man. I'm all over the place on this one. Yeah, it doesn't quite work how I want it to. We would need the Beast Energy. They get their own Buzzwole here. Rainbow Energy plus Guzma would be a little bit annoying. Could KO our Tapu Koko. But then we could actually Sledgehammer KO their Buzzwole with a Rainbow or a Beast Energy. So that would actually be fine in the end, I think. We just have to get there. So I would go Nest Ball. Search out another Zapdos. I mean, they might just whiff a knockout here. And if they whiff a knockout here, that means we have a ton of time to set up a play. Pretty much however we want. It really does come down to if our opponent actually draws into a knockout here. If they don't, we can kind of set up for pretty much whatever we want. We would still want to take a knockout here. Okay, there's the Rainbow. But if they don't have Guzma, then they're not going to be able to actually get a knockout here. Yeah, as they attach a Rainbow here. They don't even have a way to retreat the Jirachi yet. They have to draw into a switch or escape rope. They draw into escape rope. We send up our Buzzwole. They don't even get a knockout. Then we switch back into our Zapdos. So we are in a terrific spot here. Volkner is a great top deck, I want to say. Yeah, Volkner's pretty good. Gonna go ahead and grab, well, an energy for sure. And then probably just a stretcher to get another Zapdos. Now we have access to another Zapdos through that. Could grab an E-Power. We're gonna go what? Switch into this, retreat it. Man, I gotta decide here. Let's go with a stretcher, sure. Not quite sure what I wanted to grab there. I was kind of panicking. So we're just gonna take the knockout on the Jirachi here. I'm gonna switch into our Jirachi. Gonna get the use out of that. Yeah, so switch into Jirachi. I could have gone Ultra Ball to actually get the. Was there an Ultra Ball left? There might not have been. Maybe the last Ultra Ball was prized. Anyways, Stellar Wish here. Oh, there's the Ultra Ball. Speaking of Ultra Ball, but I actually think I want to go with the Guzma here. Just another way to take another knockout on that Jirachi here. That's all it's really about, is just taking knockouts every single turn. So I think I am going to go with that. Although we could look for the Rainbow Energy to take a knockout with the Buzzwole next turn. But they're probably going to attack with that, which means... They're probably going to attack with Zapdos, which means the Buzzwole can't get the KO anyways. So we'll look to maybe use Buzzwole with Beast Energy to KO Absol eventually. Attach here. And retreat. Yeah, this is fine. We have Cocoa Prism to set up more energy on our dudes. And then, yeah, just Thunderous Assault for the knockout. Now we're up 2 prizes, so we can actually take a turn off of drawing a prize. And yeah, our opponent concedes there. That's how that matchup works. Draw the first prize, and if you get another prize ahead, you're way far ahead, and there's really nothing your opponent can do at that point. And we take that one pretty cleanly, pretty handedly right there. Solid start in this one. Ooh, and some mulligans from our opponent. Looks like we're playing potentially a mirror match. So we're going second, and we have the outs to a great turn 1. So looking very good for us already. And a couple mulligan draws, or a mulligan draw. Ooh, Lightning Energy is great as well. Yeah, I think we are playing in a mirror match here. And we do have access to the knockout here on the first turn. Unless they get out an Absol. But otherwise we can go Volkner for Switch plus Lightning. Get a Jirachi off the Nest Ball. Or maybe the Absol. I have to think about that one. The Absol is super good here as well. So I'll have to think about that one. Their ideal start would be to switch the Jirachi out into something like... Oh, they are playing the Jolteon version of the deck. Alright, that's fine. Definitely want to look to KO that Eevee before it makes its way into a Jolteon. Stellar Wish. Yeah, so we're just going to look to knock out this Jirachi. Volkner for Lightning Energy plus Switch, like I said. Nest Ball for a Jirachi, probably. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what our top deck is. But probably getting off a Stellar Wish and then Escapeboarding, retreating, knocking out their Jirachi. Making it difficult for them to make any moves. But ideally, we want to get out Absol as well, is what I'm thinking. To try and prevent them from getting off a knockout. Or make it harder for them to get a knockout on their turn. We'll see what they actually have, though, on their turn. They got an Ultra Ball off the Stellar Wish, and it's going to be a retreat into Zapdos and pass. But we can also take the knockout on the Zapdos. I do like this play from them, though. We could actually get the Escape Rope off this, which would be very good. And then we can either knock out the Eevee or the Jirachi, or we can just actually knock out the Zapdos this turn, as well as get Absol and lock out the Jirachi's switching ability. I think I like that best. Let's see. I don't know what I like best here, actually. Let's Volkner first. We do need a way to draw more cards, so I have to worry about that as well. Could just go for Lightning plus Switch and then take the knockout and look to set up the Zebstrika on turn 2, actually. Because that would be able to draw us the cards. We could also go for Switch into Jirachi, see what we can get off that. I think we take Switch and Lightning here no matter what, right? Unless we want the Escape Rope, because that means then we can KO the Eevee or the Jirachi, which are also both very good knockouts. But I think because the Zapdos is already set up, we might just want to deal with this and make it harder for them to potentially do anything next turn. Although the Jolteon is a pretty good attacker on the following turn. Escape Rope or Switch? I think I like the Escape Rope better. That means we probably don't have to deal with the Jolteon. Or they give us the Jirachi and then they lose the Jirachi. Then the question is Blitzel or the other guy. Blitzel or Jirachi here. Could get Jirachi. Escape Rope into Jirachi. Escape Rope. Retreat it. Let's go with that. Let's go with the Jirachi here. Escape rope into the Jirachi. We also don't have to burn an E-power then as well. So this gets a really clean escape rope kill, actually. I kind of like this the more I think about it. Because it's all about trying to find knockouts where you can. And this gives us a very clean knockout. Okay, Nest Ball. I think we'll go ahead and find the Absol here. Make it harder for our opponent to pull off any plays on their turn. This matchup really is about the little bit you can kind of try and pull off every turn. A little bit extra you can kind of go for. Try and go for. Any little bit extra you can try and get through little stuff like this, getting the Absol in play, this escape rope KO. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like this escape rope KO, because it's going to get harder and harder to be able to utilize escape rope the longer the game goes on to get like these cheeky knockouts like this. So I definitely like using the escape rope here. I think, once again, I'm still not 100% convinced that's the right play, but it seems like the right play. Getting a nice early escape rope kill. We're set up to use an E-power knockout on our next turn. We get the Absol in play to make it harder for our opponent to get a knockout. This actually feels pretty good. We don't get out the turn 2 Zebstrika, which we also could have gone for. But I think it's very likely our opponent probably has access to a Guzma on this next turn. So they would definitely probably go chase our Blitzel anyways. Yeah, there's the Guzma. That's going to be after our Jirachi for sure. That's fine with me. We'll be able to retreat, knock out the Zapdos of our opponent here. I was thinking about Ultra Balling for a, what's it called last turn? I was thinking about Ultra Balling for another Jirachi on our last turn. I'll probably Ultra Ball for one this turn, depending on our top deck. But yeah, we just push up Absol, plan to retreat at E-power, knock out the Zapdos. And then our opponent is in kind of an awkward spot. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Can go attach plus switch now, and then keep the energy in play. Makes sense to me. Our switch, and we actually have access to Buzzwole with the Sledgehammer next turn. If they do draw a prize card, I think it's very possible they whiff a knockout on their next turn, though. Another E-power is super good here as well. Yeah, and if we can also just go in with Tapu Koko GX next turn as well if we want. If our opponent has a super slow turn, which I definitely think it's possible they do. They do have a very big hand, but they didn't do anything last turn. It's very possible they don't do anything this turn. There's a Nest Ball, so maybe I've spoken a little bit too soon. This Lightning Energy maybe should have gone on the Zapdos instead, actually. We're kind of in an awkward spot to actually even be able to attack next turn. Yeah, I probably should have put this one on the Zapdos here, because they definitely want to kill our KO our Absol if they're going to KO anything. But yeah, we'll see how this works out. They could definitely have, like, Zapdos Energy, Guzma, E-power, and knock out this Absol, which would be a little annoying. We don't really have a great response to that yet. There's the Zapdos. They could also just have the knockout on our active as well. I mean, we'll just kind of see what they have. Yeah, kind of have to just wait and see what they have. Here's the Stellar Wish for the switch. So now it comes down to they have Lightning and E-power. We'll see here shortly. If they do, we still have the setup for the Buzzwole. We can Ultra Ball, get rid of Koko GX, probably plus our top deck, go for the Sledgehammer. And then it can be actually really difficult for the Zapdos deck to actually KO the Buzzwole. They actually need quite a bit to knock out a Buzzwole. There's a Stretcher, gonna be for the Eevee, and if they actually attack with the Jolteon, then we could definitely catch our opponent off guard with the Sledgehammer. If they go Jolteon plus E-power, knock out our Zapdos, ooh, sounds pretty good to me. We'll have the Ultra Ball, get rid of top deck plus Koko Prism. Ooh, they put the Thunderous Mountain in play for us. That's definitely going to be helpful. Yep, here comes the Jolteon, and then we're going to be able to respond with Sledgehammer. I don't think our opponent is going to see this one coming. I guess they could hit us with the Swift Run GX, which would allow them to play around the, what's it called, Sledgehammer. We wouldn't really be able to utilize Sledgehammer, so I'll have to just see what our opponent goes for here. They could definitely go for that play. There's a switch. I think we are about to see the Swift Run GX. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so we're not going to be able to Sledgehammer. Absol is going to have to come up here. This is not great for us. We're now in a pretty terrible spot. I don't know if it gets worse than this for our current state of things. Just got hit by the Swift Run. We can Thunderous Assault, but it's not very good. I think it might be Ultra Ball away Koko and Choice Band. Go and find a Jirachi and then retreat to Jirachi. Yeah, so it's gonna be get rid of Coco, and Choice Band. Maybe get rid of the E-Power instead. No, I think the proper thing to get rid of here is Choice Band. Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and find Jirachi, retreat to Jirachi, and kind of hope for the best. Not in a great spot. Draw Supporter would be ideal here. Could have looked to set up the Zebstrika earlier on, but I'm pretty sure it would have just got knocked out. Okay, Cynthia. We have Cynthia and Guzma. We can Guzma knock out our opponent's Jirachi, but that's not great. I think the Cynthia is just the better play here. We just need some cards, really. We can definitely look to take a knockout on this on the next turn. That's definitely a possibility. We found the Shrine, which is great, and we found the Coco, which is also very good. So we're actually still in a fine spot. We're going to go ahead and bump this with Shrine. Our opponent probably doesn't play another stadium themselves, so this will actually put us in a pretty good spot here. I don't really want to attach the Rainbow anywhere, so I think we just end up passing. They're gonna go down to 3 prizes. We'll look for a Guzma knockout, maybe. I don't know, it kind of depends on what our opponent has on their turn. So it's just gonna be a pass for here. If they want to attack with this, they have to commit another energy, and that would definitely be fine with me if they want to attack with that again. We're gonna go ahead and let it sit there and rack up some Shrine damage, and then we'll look to take it out. Probably eventually with the Nihilego, if we can get that as an option. That's definitely like the ideal option here. Copy the GX attack with Nihilego, and then chill, maybe buy ourselves a turn, and then look to draw our last prize after that. So yeah, we're still in a fine spot. We just need to find some cards. We need some options here. Draw some better options. But I think we're fine here. There's the retreat to Jirachi. So I expect, I mean, they definitely have Guzma or Switch in hand. One of those is definitely an option. They could definitely go KO our Zapdos here, which would be a little annoying. There's the Guzma. So I expect our Zapdos to go down here. They would need another E-Power. But they played 0, so it would not be shocking to see them have an E-Power here. Once again, still don't think we're in the worst spot ever. Still have access to the Jirachi, which is pretty nice. We definitely need something here, though. If they don't get a knockout here, that's actually great for us. If they whiff KO, I would be pretty surprised if they whiff knockout here, because they have yet to use an E-Power. There's no way they don't play 4. But they seem pretty stuck on this one. So maybe they don't have the KO here, which is great for us. That would actually be super good for us. Give us a chance to get back into this one. There's an Ultra Ball. They might have a big play, though, with like a Coco or something like that. See here in just a second. Could definitely see the Coco GX coming down. Oh, it's going to be the Prism Star. So they are going to be able to get another energy on this guy or onto the Zapdos and onto the Zapdos as well. So they could be hitting us with the, yeah, probably going to get head bolted here onto our Zapdos or Absol. One of the two. Yep, one to that. They only have one that's covered. Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah, and then Guzma, our Zapdos, and head bolt for the knockout. All right, we'll still let Shrine tick up a little bit. We're going to send up Jirachi here. I think I just want to find another Zapdos and then KO their Jirachi. And then kind of work our way from there. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and send up Jirachi here. Shrine keep ticking up on this. That's fine. Draw for turn. Blitzle doesn't do a whole lot. There's an Ultra Ball, but that's a little awkward. Man, it would have been really nice to have access to the Zapdos. Definitely stinks that it had to go. We could take the Ultra Ball away. Blitzle E-Power, attach Guzma, knock out Jirachi. Then we have to deal with this thing on the next turn. The Shrine will have racked up quite a bit more. Oh man, this is a tough one. Could also just grab the Switch here. I kind of like the Switch idea, actually. I'm going to switch into the Absol. Play the E-Power, hope to find Zapdos plus something to hopefully knock this thing out. And then Cynthia. And then we're looking for... we whiffed the energy. So that stinks. Don't think we have a way to attack now, which really stinks. We have good options for our next turn, but that's next turn. Yeah, we're in quite the predicament here now. In quite the spot. Go ahead and bench another Jirachi, I think. Yeah, that's not good. Whiffing the energy is definitely not good here. I don't think we have another way to find the energy, so it's just going to have to be a pass here. And our opponent will get to use Head Bolt one more time once again. We still have a good chance of being able to pull off the play I talked about, though, where we use Nihilego to kind of buy ourselves a turn. Our opponent is down 2 Guzma. If they're not able to find another one to get around the what's it called, then that gives us a good chance at still being able to pull out this game. Hopefully they don't have another Guzma here and KO our Blitzel. That would be unfortunate. I really want to see this Blitzel live a turn to be able to use the Zebstrika. But we did see them retreat into the Jirachi, so this means, well, either they have the Blitzel, or they either have the Guzma, or they have an Escape Rope. Escape Rope, we'd be able to set up Jirachi. That's one of the reasons I benched the other Jirachi, is because of the potential Escape Rope. Also, just as they knock out, if they went like Guzma, knock out our Jirachi. But I think you always Guzma knock out Blitzel here, if you are our opponent. But here's where they are going to go down to 2 prizes, and then we can look for that Nihilego play. Hopefully, well, we won't be able to quite get the knockout, but if we do get a Choice Band, we can hit it for 140, copying their GX attack. They could also hit us with Zapdos here potentially, if they have like a switch. I mean, Guzma plus Lightning with the Zapdos would be pretty annoying. It would actually make it tough for us to do anything on our turn. We could still do the exact same play where we copy the GX attack, KO the Zapdos with Nihilego. And there's the Guzma. So they have 1 Guzma left, so it's unlikely they will be able to get around our Nihilego play. So that's great. So we'll be able to pull that off and then have to kind of work from there. But yeah, I think there's actually a good chance we can still win this one. Jirachi's going to come up. Yeah, I think we actually have a good chance of winning this one still. Draw for turn. That is the Rainbow Energy. So I think I want to Stellar Wish into a card we can discard. We want the Choice Band too. Oh man, we kind of just drew everything. How could I do this? No, we need the escape board. I think we have to take the other Ultra Ball here. Yeah, so I think we have to take the other Ultra Ball here. And we have to hope they don't have their 4th Guzma. Yeah, then we have to go Ultra Ball. Get rid of these 2. I don't even know if Nihilego's in the deck, so we're just actually kind of hoping here. Alright, cool. Opponent's Pokemon attacks and use it as this attack. Okay. Yeah, 2 prize cards. Alright, take the Nihilego. Nihilego comes down. This goes here. A skateboard to the active, Zebstrika out, and we're just hoping they don't have their 4th Guzma here. If they have the 4th Guzma or an escape rope, we're in trouble. Escape rope also puts us in trouble, unfortunately. Nest ball, anything in particular to grab? Could grab Buzzwole, but I kind of want to leave the bench space open potentially for a Zapdos through Stretcher, so I think we actually just go ahead and take nothing. And then a Lily for 4. There's the potential for that. And now it is Retreat and Nightcap. Copying Swift Run GX. Hopefully preventing our opponent from taking a prize this turn, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were still able to draw a prize. And then at the way that the prize trade is currently going, Shrine will eventually just knock this out. And then we just need to draw 2 prize cards from there. Gonna be looking at Guzma, knock out Jirachi, and then we need to find like a Guzma, knock out the Blitzel with like the Buzzwole plus Beast Energy. There's a switch. That is not Escape Rope or Guzma, so I'm feeling good about our current situation. We're gonna go Stretcher for Zapdos, probably look to KO the Blitzel or the Jirachi, both work. And then we need to draw 1 prize from there. If they do have Guzma here though, we're kind of in trouble. So we're hoping for no Guzma. Oh, there's the 4th Guzma. Well, I think that just about does it. Not much we can do about our opponent's 4th Guzma. We kind of have to go chase this now. Yeah, can't really do anything about the 4th Guzma. We're really hoping that they would whiff that. So I think we do just lose. I'm trying to come up with a way for us to win the game, but I don't see it working out ever. We have to KO this now because that can kind of KO anything on our board. Stretcher for that. We can just KO it with this. We're just going to go ahead and confuse and poison them. No, it doesn't quite get the knockout. So we have to Stretcher for 1 and get the Zapdos. And then we have to take the knockout with the Zapdos. Unfortunately, we have all of our Guzmas in our hand, so we can't afford... Oops, I should have Stellar Wished, actually. I don't know if this would actually make a difference. Not really. So we can't actually afford... Oh, we can actually do Buzzwole now, and that's a little bit harder for our opponent to KO. And they're out of Guzmas, I guess, so... Buzzwole does make sense here to take the knockout with. Yeah, let's go get the Buzz. Completely forgot about the Buzz guy. But we can utilize him here pretty well. Guzma this. Was hoping to leave this and let this get KO'd through Shrine, but we can't leave this in play. We got to take it out here. If they have Escape Rope, we're in an awkward spot. I mean, they could just have the knockout on the active. Hopefully, because they had access to all 4 Guzma, they don't quite have access to everything else. And we can buy a turn here and have our opponent whiff. But yeah, if they do have like Kukui plus E-Power or double E-Power, we will be losing here. Yeah, all kind of came down to that. The 4th Guzma. We needed them to whiff Guzma once. But they did have the 4 Guzma in a row. There's the Escape Rope. And I think sending up Zapdos is kind of our best target to send up here. Zebstrika's about the same. And I guess if we want to attack with Zapdos, then we'd rather send up the Zebstrika. So Zebstrika comes up here. Expect them to have an E-Power here. We'll see in just a second. And there's the E-Power. So yeah, nothing we can do about that. And gonna take the L here in this second game. Yeah, not much we can do about that one. 4th Guzma, can't beat it. Another one here, super good start. See what our opponent's playing. Gonna be super relevant to how actually good our start is. They have a pretty good start themselves. Oof. So it is a, let's see, Riolu, got some stuff going on here. I think I'm actually going to start with the Stellar Wish because that'll change potentially what I get off the Volkner. I think we always Nest Ball for Blitzel though, so we're going to go ahead and grab that immediately. Yeah, and then we're going to Stellar Wish. Depending on what this gets us, another Nest Ball is super good. So we want to leave our, we really want to knock this thing out actually. So I could Volkner for a Lightning and a E-Power. And then we Nest Ball for a Zapdos. And then Volkner for Lightning, E-Power. E-Power and Lightning Energy. Because, yeah, killing the Absol would be pretty good. We have the 2 Escape Boards in here to give ourselves 1 retreat cost. This gives us just the most options, I think. So I think this is definitely the play we want to go with. Go ahead and bench this guy as well, I think. We could hold him, actually. No, let's go ahead and throw him down. Lightning here as well, and then pass. Yeah, and then we're gonna look to take the knockout on the Absol next turn, unless something else comes up. But we still have Guzma plus Zebstrika, so we have options here. Nothing really holding us back. Another reason to go look for the Guzma play for sure is that our opponent can potentially detect, and there it is. So we definitely want to have the option open to get around the detect. Start with the first Stellar Wish here. Yeah, I don't mind grabbing the switch here, switch into the other Jirachi, use that Jirachi. Or we can Guzma, Guzma into this Jirachi. I definitely want to get rid of this thing. Stellar Wish, look for something useful. Nest Ball is pretty good, actually. Gonna go ahead and grab another Zapdos. It's gonna be our main early game attacker here. So the Buzzwole's prize, that's unfortunate. Attach, switch, E-Power, Shrine, and then Sprint. I definitely want to see some more cards here. It kind of is unfortunate that we top decked another Shrine on our last turn, but it's really not that big of a deal. It'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, got plenty of options. Could put the board down now, but they could play Field Blower or some other shenanigans, so I don't really see a need to throw it down right now. Go ahead and take this knockout. Coco Prism, pretty good draw here. Just nice to have access to, really. Could even look for like a knockout with the Coco GX this next turn. We'll see what our opponent has. There's the Lucario at the very least. They will knock us out because of the Diancie. Don't have much else going on. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball. Definitely expect some kind of draw card. So it looks like it is Lucario, Zorark. So we have to be a little afraid of Muck then. There's a Lele. Love to see Lele come into play. That's great for us. If this looks like it probably is just Stefan's list from the IC about a week ago. So I have to expect to deal with Muck as well. Another energy to Lucario. Draw some cards off that Lily. Sure. That's fine with me. Yeah, our hand's good. We have no reason to really fear anything from our opponent right now. There's a Nest Ball. I would expect Ditto here. Yeah, so we definitely want to aggressively look to KO the Ditto. Don't really care about trying to KO this Lucario just yet. Depending on our top deck and what we see off these, I mean, potentially depending on how well these Jirachis go, could definitely actually look to KO the Lucario with like a, what's it called, GX. Yeah, another E-Power helps as well. So we'll start with the first Stellar Wish here, see what we can grab. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Stretcher to get a Zapdos back. Get this Zap guy. Let's go this here. Could dig pretty deep for the knockout here. I actually don't hate that. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm kind of feeling it on this one, actually. And then this. And then I think we just go ahead and Cynthia first and then look to use the Zebstrika after. Yeah, so we did get it. That's pretty cool. Ultra Ball. Get rid of Lightning and Lily, I think. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and grab ourselves that Coco GX. Yeah, and this is the play you kind of want to look for early on against the Zoroark decks that play the Muck. They all pretty much play Muck, so you're kind of looking at for it against all of them. But the aggressive Coco GX, they sometimes just, or usually just can't actually respond to it very well. So you just get out that aggressive Coco GX, and then you can kind of just roll over them with just one Coco GX. And you guys will see that here. Turn 2, turn 3 Coco GX, but they had a really slow start. We used 2 E-Powers, I believe. So we're doing 190, 200, 210 with Shrine. So yeah, we're cleaning them up with the Sky High Claws. If they are playing exactly Stefan's list, they play a Field Blower. So I'm not trying to put the Choice Band in play. Oh, I guess they could knock us out with Zoroark plus Choice Band here. All right, so we're not completely out of the woods yet. They could definitely actually knock us out with Zoroark plus Choice Band. All right, so it's still pretty close, but they're down 2 DCE. They didn't set up super well early on. I don't think they're gonna hit it. They might hit it, and we'll deal with it if they do, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable about this one. I'm not too worried. Yeah, even if they do hit it, we should have reasonable follow-up. We can go like Buzzwole, knock out the Ditto. If it doesn't come to turn into a Muck, we can just hit the active with Buzzwole. If he draws a single prize, if he's gonna draw prizes, it's probably gonna be a knockout on the Coco GX. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not worried about it. They need quite a bit, and I don't think they're gonna be able to pull it off. We'll see. There's the evolve to the Muck, like we suspected. The Muck. There's the Field Blower, like I talked about. The reason we did not put the Choice Band in play. This man's got it all right now, actually. He's balling. Maybe nothing else, though. Nope, there's a communication. I don't know if they've traded yet. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. There's a Lele, but they've already put Muck in play, so I think we have seen a major error here from our opponent. Yep. Lele comes down, but unfortunately Lele will not be able to be used because you put Muck in play. Past that though, them Field Blowing the Shrine I think was a big misplay. It means Coco is still alive and active. So I think they probably shouldn't have done that to begin with. So we're looking at Guzma knockout Muck, I think. We could also Guzma knock out the Lele. I think Guzma knockout Muck is the way to go. Regain access to our abilities. Could just dig with Zebstrika to find another Guzma though. And go Guzma knockout Muck and then Guzma knockout pretty much anything. So let's plan to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the rainbow down on the Zebstrika. Choice Band. Choice Band. Guzma the Lele. Send up the Zebra. Just get rid of this while we can. I think that's probably right. I don't know. Ultra Ball. Give me Absol. We'll discard that off of the Sprint. I guess getting access to our basic guys' abilities again would be pretty cool. Drawing 2 prizes is also pretty cool. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one. We have Shrine, but there's no reason to put it back into play, I don't think. We have the Guzma in hand ready to go to close out the game. And then Sky High Claws for the knockout. I don't think there's a way our Tapu Koko GX gets knocked out next turn. I don't know, let me think about that again. If we had Guzma knocked out the Muck, there was still no way for them to KO our Tapu Koko GX. Bar some sort of Kukui play. But like I said, if this is Stefan's exact 60, which it looks like there's no Kukui in the deck, but who knows if our opponent has made any modifications or not, And if they did make any modifications, then they could have definitely added a Kukui, and we could have seen our Tapu Koko get knocked out to a Kukui play. Opponent still would have had to get pretty lucky to pull that off. But I guess better safe than sorry. And then, yeah, the Zapdos plus Guzma, plus we still have the Sprint in play, so it's pretty likely we find those kind of plays later into the game. Can KO any basic Pokemon they put down, and they're definitely going to have to put down more basic Pokemon if they want to win this game. And there we go, we see a Zorua and a Rockruff come down this turn. And we have the Guzma plus Rainbow to close out the game with a Zapdos, like I planned, if the Koko somehow did get knocked out. But once we got that Koko play off, I don't think there was any way we were losing. It's just trying to make the proper play. I don't know if I quite got there on this one. I did my best, though. But that, guys, that's going to do it for this video. This is the European Zapdos, Jirachi, and Friends. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a little bit less aggressive, less consistent about taking those early knockouts, but it does have a little bit better of a late game with the Nihilego and the Buzzwole, and is definitely better against the Zoroark decks, because of the Nihilego, because of the Buzzwole, because of the 1/1 Zebstrika. So definitely try this version of the deck out. I think it's definitely worse against Malamar, for sure. I think that's one of the matchups where it's actually like unfavored against, because getting that first KO against the Malamar deck is super important. I think this version of the deck does it a lot worse than just the straight Zapdos Jirachi. But besides that, its other matchups are definitely better. So yeah, definitely take a look at this deck, try it out, see what you think. Let me know what you guys think about it. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to my Twitch live stream as well as my social medias in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and peace.